We can go to the other game. Just to sort of chill out, watch.
And for you guys at home, like get some water, like go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Currently 6-3 in favor of the Braun Rangers. As said before, they won that first map. This is just more of a casual sort of stream. If you want to hear the actual casters, Firebug and Justin Intellect, be sure to check out twitch.tv/happy_cookie____. I don't know what the. I think that's just a great bracket.
Might have actually makes more sense if you
It's interesting Twitch name, but
you're really looking at Perso here to.
Oh, like this
Cause
is straight bracket versus a squiggly
like
bracket.
this hold from Perso.
no, not like a back, like it's not like a backslash or a forward slash.
Oh,
It's just
okay. The line.
yeah, the line, the line.
The line.
Under pressure, Tapioca.
Doesn't win the fight.
How
1 HP.
this
Up to Joe.
jet on Battlefire Rebellion? How do you pronounce that name? I think I was thinking Raw Alejandro. I don't know if that's how it's correctly pronounced.
Trapped in main, not able to do anything.
I mean, you're running the clock down so.
Something Alejandro.
Have to
Yeah.
fix your internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
6-4.
Bit of lag. Yep.
Almost downloading a yeah, shoot that body! Shoot that body! Ooh, yeah.
A timeout from TNT.
Surely call a timeout this game eventually, right?
Timeouts are so underused.
Perso going kind of crazy with it. It's a double timeout though. A double timeout for those rounds. Three of the 4 rounds that Shadowfire Rebellion have won have been due to timeouts. So you gotta wonder when they're gonna start picking up the pace a little bit on the side of the Braun Rangers.
Time to cook, but still, that's really unfortunate.
Crew, bro. CT, the new crew. Stay tuned to this episode to find out of Disney XD.
That ult would get superb info.
Yeah. I mean, just to even fight the same main space, it just costs
I mean,
so much
intent.
damage.
Yes, the intent for sure is to fight it, but I feel like the other part of it is the info that you'd get. Still, some of that grip has been relinquished as Fade goes to cover art. Powers see nobody close with mid. So I really want to sure, but the spacing isn't good.
Spike
and so
down
it picks up
A.
one
Last
round,
player
gets
standing.
Another, and it's snappy.
I mean, yeah, just
onto
really good
pizza.
readjustment for SR, getting these picks, and I mean, good
And
round
like
from
I
them.
said, once you figure out that game, it gets so much easier.
Right.
And that goes for a lot, but just with this specific playstyle.
30 seconds left.
I hear it's a bit of a mess right now. I'm gonna be honest, but I don't know.
Could be. You could have mine.
This is true. This is true.
It's true to follow if you think Ace closer to this.
It's just like it's super long in the back.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really want it cut.
You are going to
I don't really want to because I kind of like that the sort of longer hair. It's just kind of annoying to check up because it's specifically when I have headphones on. It's specifically when I have headphones on because I don't.
Yes, I'm just saying. Yesterday on stream.
Last
for the-
I have no idea what my dog is barking at. But
There's like 4
because I don't like having hair and like my earphones, so I like always like mess around and like push all the hair like out of it. So then if I'm on camera with my headset on, I look kind of silly.
Yeah, mine is just like fluffy.
Is that 2-0? I mean, C9 just won.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I believe. I don't know if they won that
Face
one.
your fear!
And yeah, they did win 2-0. C9 is no, they were down 3-11. They were forced to play a 4v5 and they lost 13-3.
Here.
There's only one player on this B site. Is there a wall?
Doors activated.
All right, now I'm gonna go stare ominously into my webcam.
See it on minimap.
No, it's over.
Hold on.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'm just checking messages right now.
Free site for
flank from Perso. He hears one more. He knows one more is linked to the shorty back hall. Doesn't get any value. Perso does choose to fall off the mid. Oh, reach for retake. Accidentally stunned his own
Last
teammate.
player standing.
What?
Full stun.
Useless.
Stun just kills him. And yeah, I mean,
I am sure that SR will be happy about that recovery on half.
Switching
yeah,
sides.
I was about to say, like, it's pretty good for what they could do. They're starting on attack now. I mean, my biggest worry is this chamber is just gonna be holding this B long space with, you know, his arm or whatever. Interesting.
I'm done with the ominous staring. You get Clodsire instead.
Hello, Clotsire.
Doesn't really matter though, because are looking for a heavy A blood.
7-5 half in favor of TBR though. Just waiting for this game to conclude. Before we cast the loser of this game versus CTE, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, excuse me. Low envy.
Dude, I'm unironically yawning at this.
Low envy versus
This is the fastest
um,
round we've seen so
the
far.
loser of this match. So this is just map 2.
Oh my
I'm alive again.
A nice shot out of Ace though. He's been. I was watching the stream a little bit during the tech pause. He was just kind of going nuts with that headhunter.
Not ready yet.
That's gonna be a
They're
very
playing the
difficult.
doubles
That's
now.
yeah. That's gonna be such a difficult
Could be
retake
better.
though.
Yeah,
Such a hard post plan.
but the site holds will probably end up being stronger overall.
Really makes you wonder what they can
This
really
is really Tarek's job, huh? Just kind of watch VCT streams and then just say something every now and then.
Get back here, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Just bully him through.
Oh my god, they're watching us. They're casting us. Hi. Hi, girl. Hi, Rover.
Wait, who's casting us? What?
Jason Rover.
Well,
Oh,
we're
hi,
probably
Jace.
back to the game now. Right? Or did the game end?
The game ended.
Oh.
They're lucky. They're lucky
Interesting.
that they
Okay, I was
never
gonna.
watched
Very
it
interesting
because it was
buy round
boring.
here for Shadowfire Rebellion, keeping 2 ghosts and then 3 specters. Which I mean, I guess those specters can be.
Yeah, just...
I mean, those specters can definitely be strong going into a
Whoa, those
going into a bonus, but Sobo's gonna be able to double up with that that aftershock pretty easily.
Last player standing.
Yeah, and just S.
They just knew, bro. They just knew that there was the triple stacked in the corner.
Spike planted.
God, this whole
Anybody
series
on
is
this
so
eco
boring.
are-
This is so beautiful.
Anybody on this eco, this is who you want. What the heck?
Nice argument, Senator. I like you to back that up with a source.
Yeah!
My source is that I made it up.
Fuck off!
Really like this fast play style from SR. Unlike Haven, Haven defaulting their attack. SR challenging TBR's defaults. I mean, it's working.
Sorry guys, I need to split screen so I can make sure that I can have my ads tick down on Twitch so I can watch my favorite
Blah,
streamers
blah, blah.
react.
That's all I hear right now. Blah, blah, blah.
Interesting that this buy is really broken. Can we get another tab check, Happy?
3 towards
Not when they're
mid.
about to take a fight.
You are done. All kills are traded out.
You had like a 5-second reaction. Now it's on to Ace. Really hold on to his doors, which is the pressure's being exerted. The running gun.
Run is
Will
given
force
though.
TP and
Yeah.
super.
None of them are looking!
Oh, Perso.
Despise
Beautiful timing. Oh, he only finds 1.
1v2 onto. How do you say this guy's name?
That's probably round over, no?
Pisa?
Pizza?
Or just say
Yeah,
Pisa
that's
Spike
what I'm
planted.
You got the Astra. You just gotta play back long.
for Pisa.
Just
Chet
Oh,
is
well,
going-
actually, they
they're
don't-
going to be playing this.
they don't have any info on him.
Guys, should we lock in because we're effectively mainstream now?
Sure. I mean, I've been locked up.
Use the star in the
You have
heaven
not been
smoke.
locked in, bro.
You mean?
I'll lock into this.
Oh, he's. Oh, he sees him.
What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I can't find the shots though.
Super gets a 4K,
But it's
so
soup.
Justin just
Unfortunate.
said.
Soup.
Oh my
Soup, we got him at the clothes store.
Can we get this guy unlocked in? It was way better before.
I mean,
Who?
SR are winning their save now. I mean,
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
play.
It's one of the all-time. That's just gonna be an all-time classic,
Well, I have
like YouTube video.
They
Yeah.
need to
That's always gonna be an all-time classic. That one's a Hall of Famer. That one's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It's so interesting looking at like really old videos like that and just seeing how different just general internet humor is was in a time that like what it wasn't that long ago when it was just that drastically different.
I don't think so. There's maybe a bit of it towards their spawn.
Can they cross the wall at the same time? Oh, they mistimed it.
Same time. I mean, they got two on the other
Catch
side
them.
of it.
Yeah, they know. There's 3 towards that A line.
Yeah. Breezy's gonna be able to
Oh,
clean this all up
there,
though.
On the rapids.
Breezy.
Up, down,
Cut it all down.
Wave is
Yeah.
built.
Alejandro,
Spike
that
down mid.
risky, but gets a second.
CFAs can do the impossible.
All players are most players.
Awaken the Prime EA
We
inside of
might
them.
be smelling a map 3 if this keeps going the way it is.
Shame.
Wow, and yeah, Pisa just gets the bucket.
Yo, you good?
That does
Hmm?
bring it
Me?
into
I hear sirens going on outside.
Their jet is
Oh,
1 HP,
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Both are going to see
Spike planted.
fight this flank.
Fun fact, actually, while we're here,
This is
tell a
an
story.
isolated 1v2.
I had to call 911 for the first time in my life yesterday. It had nothing to do with me. I was perfectly okay.
Sure.
But I was going, no, I was driving. No, I was driving with my friends to get some food, and we got to this intersection, and there was like this car crash. We didn't actually see it happen, but like we saw that it like had just happened, and no one was like there to actually try and help. There was this person in her car, just like that was just kind of completely total dead center in the middle of the intersection. No one was trying to help, so I was like, bro, no one's helping this person. I'm pulling over and helping her out. So I pulled over, I called 911 to report what was happening, and then because like no one else was trying to help her, I take a step out into the street, and then I saw like 2 other people come to help her out of her car. So she was completely okay. No airbags or anything went off. It was just like the front of her bumper just kind of got like destroyed.
They didn't even rush aside.
But she was completely okay. It was just it looked a lot. It was just kind of one of those things that like looked a lot scarier than it was, but everyone was okay.
Mhm.
It's
That's good.
real good, like push and pull.
Right.
Big forehead.
Being a repeat on,
Huh?
last map.
Big forehead.
I mean,
What?
TBR.
You missed it. They were zoomed in on
last map.
Chambers' forehead.
That's
Ah.
great too. Really good turnarounds for both teams, but let's see what SR TBR call here.
Perso got aura. Despite being down 2 rounds, that's the first time out we've seen. And it was on a different game that was being streamed. So
Yeah, we just haven't seen any on either of
Yeah.
the 2 maps.
no
Some
one
of
really
them done
wanted to
with
call
one.
a timeout. Yeah, no one really wanted to call
I
a
mean,
timeout.
CTE probably could have done well with a timeout, but they could have benefited from it, maybe.
Oh, they get mowed down in A. That's such a shame.
I mean, yeah, they just.
Yeah, I think we're spelling a map 3.
One enemy remaining.
Well, 10 to 7 is far from over.
I know, but
It's a far from over map, but watch this. Ace just pulls out this headhunter, and he gets 4 here. He doesn't even use the Vandal in his hand. He just uses the headhunter. Ooh, excuse me.
Force ready.
As well, like, I mean, I just gotta give it to
Spike
SR
planted.
for really just reading that. I mean, if they're
It was so difficult for him to try to do like literally anything here.
If they're stuck
Yeah.
they just fight it, and I mean, they're just winning the fight.
It's just stunned up at this point. They're definitely looking to save,
lag
and
from
that gun
Happy
go
will
down.
not
That's
catch the
just-
kill.
like to apologize.
Unfortunate.
That's just the dagger in the heart. I mean, losing that rifle, can't even hold on to that semblance of hope, and right now you really just need a round to equalize. Looking puts I mean, these ults can take chunks out of each other. You have a Fade ult for the side of Perso, but then the Breach ult for the side take, Astro Wall as well.
I mean, even then, like TBR are really close on ults. Like, you're basically all one away.
Yeah, I mean both Vi's are one off of ult.
Which is why I'm
Astra's one
confused on
off of
why
ult.
they're playing so default.
We got EMEA Grand Finals tomorrow too.
I want Fnatic to win. Do you have any idea how funny it would be for Fnatic to win that? So it would be 6 consecutive grand finals that Team Heretics lost in a row.
Wait, is that 6?
I think so.
TBR, my bad.
Because well, last year,
Last year it was,
or maybe 5, maybe 5, maybe 5.
I think that's 5.
'Cause
Because there
Yeah,
was
'cause
the
last
stage,
year-
because they lost kickoff grand finals, lost stage 1 grand finals,
yeah,
lost
Masters-
Shanghai,
Masters
Shanghai-
Shanghai grand finals and then Champs
lost
grand finals.
lost champs grand finals
It's looking like you think
last
they have
year.
paid while
This year
everyone
they
else
lost
takes
kickoff
away
lower finals, not grand.
Get active, man!
B site.
I feel like still
Bro,
right now,
that's
I feel like
Three
still-
Four
players
Team
are towards
Heretics,
the
man.
Happy switch
I mean, I'm not really much of a fan of them.
I was not
Or,
fixing
not like I
audio.
hate them. You know what I mean?
God!
But like
It'd be mad funny.
for losing
Hey,
4
listen, chat,
grand
this game was
finals
so I love
in
it.
the
God.
same year.
It's so funny looking
hurts.
at, like, the other streamers
Yeah.
acting like they're talking real mature,
G2 already
they're
lost
really
1 grand
losing
final.
over-
Question is, can they do what Gen G did last year,
This cast
which
is
is lose the
forever.
first grand
Anyways, I'm gonna
final,
lock in
win the
my
second?
now.
Almost got a nice kill with that head.
I hope so.
That
That'd be interesting.
I
I- So I'm going to Masters Toronto in person. I'm going there for top 4. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, I would have wanted to,
I'm-
but, like, I can't. School stuff.
Yeah.
I
I think it's very interesting
mhm.
that
Reasonable timeout.
thank you.
It's just so hard
Um,
to do anything here.
I think it's very interesting. Thank you, Dad. I got food. I guess out of the.
Oh, Sigma
I'm just- I'm trying to think right now. I'm trying to think of like the worst combination of teams that like I wouldn't want to see in top 4.
Go to the coffee shop.
And I think if it was
Two of them on this map, I believe.
just because like
Go find you a
if it was
coffee shop.
G2,
I spy
Sen,
my little eye.
Liquid, and Team Heretics, I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Why?
Those are just kind of like the 4 teams that I just don't
Hold
like
on.
Copy holding on.
in general.
Oh, so hard, bro.
Hate is a strong word. I wouldn't say I hate all of them.
Guys, would you skip
Mhm.
it?
Find the coffee shop. Find the coffee shop fast.
I'm just not really a
Also,
fan. I'm just not really a fan of Team Liquid.
There's two of them.
Whenever
I'm
you
not
get
really a
also,
fan of Sentinels. I'm not a fan of
Fair enough.
G2. It's more so G2 like the org that I don't like. Not that like I'm trying to think about how to word this. That's because is I don't like their
You're hot. Oh, you're cooler. You're hot. You're hot.
I was a big G2 hater for like their Counter-Strike
There's a
team.
thing in the middle of lawn.
okay.
Freezing. You're
G2
And like
squad.
I just sort of came over to Val as well. It's like it's just sort of like a org that I hate, but like not because they did anything specifically bad. I mean, their owner did that one thing that was pretty bad, but then they like immediately fired him. So
Yeah. That he literally caused G2 their franchising slot.
well, yeah, that was. Mhm.
Yeah, like of course they're gonna fire the guy when he costs you your franchising slot. Like you were basically set for a slot, and then and this guy just does something that costs you it.
Oh yeah, no,
Who's that you're gonna
you're
fire?
gone. You're gone, bro. You're gone. I got stuff.
Yeah.
Though.
I'm wondering
Also-
when we're gonna get the Twist Stage draw.
Against Urso, I mean, yeah, it is gonna be
Yeah, we got
Like Sen have
one season. One.
basically-
he hit Will.
Sen have like 2 really good draws, which are obviously Sen Paper X. That's a good draw. Just hype. Sen versus Liquid is revenge.
I think
Wolves
they're
Sen
gonna
versus
take the
Wolves is
draw.
just mad funny.
I mean, not really.
I think they'll take the draw like the second that EMEA Grand Finals is over. Is my
Yeah.
assumption.
Oh my god!
Also,
better be
Liquid-
live.
Also,
Actually,
like
I mean,
MIBR versus like if Heretics lose the grand finals, MIBR versus Heretics would go crazy. because of all the shit heretics have talked about Aspas recently.
Mm-hmm.
Heretics have been talking some mad shit about Aspas recently, and it'd be so funny just for them to play MIBR and get fucking
Mogged, yeah. I don't think it's interesting for this tournament. One seeds are picking who they want to play in the playoffs for rivals, DC rivals,
huh.
which I love. I love that sort of format. I think it builds so many stories.
Yeah, I mean they're leaning into this A.
Yeah, they did that with champs and with Shanghai,
I mean,
right?
this is really hard.
I think they just did it random for
I don't believe
Bangkok,
champs.
right?
I don't believe they did it for champs. I know they did it for Shanghai. I don't know about champs though.
Huh. Yeah, I don't remember. Actually, no, I don't think they did for champs. No, they didn't. Yeah, they did it, but they did it for Shanghai. It's a great format. Like, first seeds get to pick. All right, which of you idiots do I want to murder? And then the Fnatic got stuck with
Not only that,
Genji.
Not only that, the captains went out on stage to publicly, in front of the crowd, call out who they want round one.
Yeah, it was the managers.
Oh my god, this blood. I mean,
Yeah,
they just
like Kojo got the short end of the stick getting Genji because he couldn't pick.
not even a single use.
And then Fnatic got Genji'd on, and then they got and then like they had a foot fetish or whatever.
30 seconds left.
And this is
Planted.
honestly feels like a must win.
Okay, bro.
But yeah, it's so difficult. I feel like
Yeah, man. We're just saying words.
both options are
Yeah.
equally valid. Going for this or saving to try to mount that comeback.
Yeah, they got Genji'd, and then they lost a foot.
Well, babe.
Genji had a crazy ass run that tournament though.
Absolutely.
That was also like the first time that we really saw like G2 go off.
Only problem with Pringles is that the more that you eat, the harder it is to
It's so crazy. The game of Valorant it's just always teams having insane spurts of strength, and then like quickly falling back down a couple of pegs. It's so crazy to see. I've never seen anything else like it.
Like
in-
T1 fell off hard. T1 got
yeah,
hit
like
hard.
Carmen Core, they won kickoff and then they did nothing the rest of the year.
Yeah, I thought Carmen Core was actually gonna do shit. They didn't. No, they did fuck all the rest of the year. Like, but I mean, to be fair, it was kind of like it was like
Lev had,
Magnum's
like, a strong start, and
IGLing.
then they didn't really do much.
And the fact that like we're just
Well, Lev did stuff.
No.
No, Lev
Bro,
did,
just
yeah,
remember
Lev did stuff.
yesterday's stream.
Lev was top 3 at champs. Lev absolutely did stuff. Lev started slow though.
Let's make a pact.
We all get
Lev was the reverse of this, like where they started slow and ended strong.
Let's all be band together.
Like if you want another
Good friend of
example,
mine.
there's like
Wow, yeah.
Loud, Sen, last year,
Players are low.
T1 this
I
year.
want-
One towards.
I want
We
Dark
almost
to
had
stay still.
G2 this year too. Like G2 this year almost, because they could have lost to EG.
Advantage. Two players are 1 HP. But
Every
Tabi
time I
also
get the
winning
chance
off
to
the
bring this
final
up, I
set.
do. Good friend of mine, Philosium, said if Lev lose to EDG, I will eat a sock.
Spike planted.
He still hasn't done it yet. Still hasn't done it yet.
I do like.
And I will bring it up with every chance that I get to.
Yeah, this year Lev haven't looked very good. But yeah, if I'm Lev,
Man, he's too low.
realistically, end of the year comms gotta go.
Ace will be pre-fired. So it's all up to
I would
Yeah,
keep
love
Sato and
Tom. He's a
Oki.
great guy.
Like, yeah, I love Common as like a person,
Winning Pearl, taking
but right
Ace
now
in the
he's
third
not
map.
playing well.
Oh yeah, he's struggling a little bit. Shadowfire Rebellion going to be able to take map 2 though, so we
If
are going
I
to
were-
Lotus before we head into
But
our
yeah,
next
if I
victory.
were Lev, I would keep Sato and Oki.
I think I'm gonna go check that later because that must be a fascinating stat.
I think that Oki is really good. I think that Sato is really good. King is definitely really good.
Okay, gang.
If anyone would be on the chopping block, I'd say Common Tex.
You're
How do
a
I
bad
And-
set up a waiting screen
Oh wow, would you look at that? Guess who has an academy team who has some very good players who could fill those roles?
Either way,
Lev.
Happy Bobo, once you ask
Lev.
them to start matching
Lev.
up.
Lev.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Lev Academy is
Well,
fucking
this
nuts,
is
though.
on, so I would appreciate
Mhm.
that.
Have you seen Lev Acad?
I'm not.
yeah, we're not talking about Like,
Basically they have like
want your opinion.
who I think are probably
Shut up,
like
Firebug, you
like realistically, I think these are like 5 of like the best players in South America who are under 18.
While I have like a decent
Blows and Ghoul are insane. They were on the 7 in Brazil last year. That team that basically made it all the way to the grand finals only to lose and just due to points end up not making it. Like they were on like an like the 7 were on an insane ass run last year.
If I delete
Like
the
Ghoul
original-
and Blows basically. Ghoul was playing basically just ISO and Blows was playing like Neon and like a little other stuff. Right now he's been on Initiator, like for Love Academy. He's been frying. He's been great. Ghoul, I think both of them become let me check age wise. Yeah, Ghoul turns 18 in August. Blows turns 18 November. So both of them become 18 before next year. So yeah, I'd probably say pick up Blows and then like Ghoul can go somewhere else. He's not a Senti player. And you can kind of just look around rest of LATAM for a good Senti. Like there's also like Xolos has like Finas. He's pretty good. Senti. Yeah. They could go so for someone like Mikey Tap. Uh I'm gonna go for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
I am back. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, if you were like insert team here, how would you pick a team and then how would you change them to be like a mid-ass team and how would you change them? Pick any
Hold on one
team.
moment, sorry.
Huh?
Hold on one moment, sorry. I'm
Okay.
checking some message. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, we're at Lotus.
You on my skibidi to my
Okay,
wrist
bro.
will wrist.
You can't say that. The second
um,
you're unmuted.
I'm interested to see these comps because I haven't been following closely. I would have created notes to see what comps they're playing, so I'm in for a surprise. I would be interested to see the Clove. I think
Double
that's
smokes.
Oh,
God, they all locked at
wow.
the same time. That was nice.
Is that the no? It's interesting. We've seen the Omen Clove before by EDG, but they ran no Sentinel. They ran Fade Breed. Oh,
Yeah, I think
what's
it was
that?
Fade.
Let me check. I'm gonna check
TBR
that
definitely
right
win
now.
this map, 100%.
I'm checking it right now.
Still
Let's
so
see.
sad that nobody's done the Team Liquid Lotus comp where they had Reyna.
Lotus.
TBR's Lotus.
Yeah, they ran Breach Fade. But instead of a Vice, they ran Fade, and they ran Neon. Interesting to see a spin on this comp. You're definitely going to be seeing Ace. Actually, you know what? We've been comparing this to comp of EDG, but it might be more similar to the comp that EG ran. No, it's not. I'm a liar. They're similar. But yeah, like I said, you're
Shut up,
definitely
nerd.
going to be looking to ace on this Tapioca. Yeah, I'm going along, you idiot. Perto has really good utility, so you're gonna want to see the follow up from Tapioca. Yeah. So you talk when I'm talking, but not when I need you to talk. Wow. Okay, buddy.
Wait, what?
Dude, proving my point.
Wait, what? I'm watching a video.
Also, is it just me, or do I hate the Teo nerfs? Because now we're back to like old meta comps. Like nothing's really changed.
It was needed.
Yeah.
It was needed.
I agree. Teo should have stayed meta. That's my hot take.
Whoa.
Your hot take. Your hot take is just wrong. Happy you're right. Justin.
I think what they would have done was like the double. What am I looking at?
What?
What?
I hate.
Don't think I didn't see that
They kept the cooldown, but only
that jump cut to fade.
No!
There's also the low NV waiting room as they await their fate.
Good lord.
Because low NV plays the loser of this match, right, of this map right here. And then that will be the second best of 3 that we will cast.
True fight. They don't take the space off of their utility, and it just allows the space to be taken up by XR.
Wee bit of lag.
Altor will be gained, and just gonna have Freezy here on this walk up. He's inserted himself into here, and this Vice Flag that does get moderate info.
I like this hold on B. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly where they're going. We can see one way just to create that pressure, and that is
And
eventually
the metal
gonna
could be good, yet, and the stun's great as well.
Yeah.
And it's
Breach is
great
taken out, but it
to
is
isolate
traded.
that fight.
Double pick from the breach.
That flash too. No PC and it
From the
makes,
breaches.
Mike feel comfortable to rotate towards B, especially with that wall up. I mean, that passive info is really
30
potent.
seconds left. Satchel out.
Door opening though, you can see the instant reaction to go C and defend it.
But A,
Link-
yeah, the door opens.
I'll fake.
It's just
Super.
inserted A. This whole entire site is just free.
Now in a 3v4, I mean, taking it cautiously.
10 seconds left.
That spike going down late, but it's not concerned about getting it down. Trying to force it. An interesting angle from Tapioca. I mean, they know what's up, but. What?
Yeah, it's stun. They made the trade cannot be found. The paranoia does come through. The super still tries to stick around.
Oh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, he's just fighting. Just feels empowering enough. Yeah.
What a round from Super. I mean, he lurks all the way up, gets the pivot.
First round to Shot by Rebellion.
He manages to still get 3 on the round despite doing all that before. I mean, just a fantastic round. It's really get this series
I'm very curious because I know that there's always like some sort of backstory to a decent amount of these team names.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I know the Braun Rangers was a.
I think it's the Braun. I
Flash
think it's
team.
the Braun Rankers.
It's just shameless.
Can we get this guy out of here?
Oh, the Braun Rankers. The Braun Rangers was a. That was a Clash. That was an NA Clash team. Yeah, it is the Braun Rankers. My apologies. They got a great logo, by the way.
He must be.
It's so much fun
Go enjoy your
when you just instantly make the rule.
once again, see?
Because I mean, I personally absolutely despise AI.
Mhm.
But it's also so much fun when you make the rule as well, and just say like no AI logos allowed, because then people make the coolest stuff. You got people making the coolest and most creative things, even if it's like sort of shoddy Photoshop jobs. That's what gives it so much charm and love, and makes it so much more fun to look at.
Cheaper buy.
You know what I mean?
Loud let go of DG's in.
I'll find you.
Verdi
Wait,
is
just now?
coming. Just now, 14 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
Verdi is coming.
My dog is losing her mind because my mom left the house.
Verdi is coming.
I missed the UI. The UI was just gone for a second, but it felt like a year. An eternity.
40 years later.
10 seconds
Wait,
left.
they need a plant, bro.
And it's gonna have to be super.
Okay, they get it off. They get it off. I thought they were trying to go B.
And will come in.
Give me a moment.
Yeah. Picks up the rotator.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, my right clicks don't do that.
Calm down, it was 2 body shots. TBR let's get 2 on their save. Yeah, honestly, I really don't like these hard default stat. TBR, they just seem to be doing it every map on defense. Just all they do is just
All we hope for is no tech pauses and
SR just contesting it.
maybe a quick game.
But
Possibly.
yeah, Loud let go of DG Scene. That means that Verdi is coming. Because if you didn't know, Loud reached an agreement with Verdi. Latam Tier 2.
I just realized we haven't asked this question.
Previously on Oxygen Academy with Verno and Redux.
Who do you think's an easier opponent? Like, from, like,
That
the
team was so
TBR
fucking unbelievably stacked.
TBR, so we can reprint Braun or
That was a team that had Verno, Redux, Verdi, and Ruston. And someone else, I forgot. I'm gonna be so real.
One enemy remaining.
Curse of the return. I mean, this guy is stellar.
wonderful shooters on TBR. Hard to deal with that.
Thanks.
Sorry?
Okay.
What?
Hmm.
You're happy you should play this song on the stream.
I don't think I will.
Do you follow traditional sports at all?
Not really.
Brother.
Damn.
Why?
I'd like to see a more committed.
Yeah, because I want
Still, you're not
I want to talk a little bit about the NBA, but
Inserting Omen.
Tragic. Yeah, no.
like the way you should
yeah, nah.
No.
be on top of the line.
Hey, sir, would you like to donate $20 to save a small child in Africa? Nah.
Really no point in fighting that. They really just
What?
They're just backed up in this.
What are you talking about, bro?
I mean,
But it
you're
does
just-
look like that.
Stupid ass videos like, hey, would you like,
TBR are
Yeah,
just
but-
locked
would you like to donate a little,
their
like,
sides.
And
It's gonna be
I
up to
fuck, let me
TBR.
find them.
like this. Playing a lot safer angle of the
Look at the
does
tape.
have the dig,
Smoke
but
coming through forward from his teammate.
I think he digs through his teammate's body.
now you don't have that
Yeah, I
ice
did.
ball stall or those vines, and now they can just steamroll onto the side, and it's only on the ace to hold on.
And their ace is gonna have to fall back and just play the retake here.
30 seconds left.
Deal with
Spike
I
planted.
just think on Alejandro.
weird-ass tackle.
Tapioca in a bit of a weird spot though.
Two of SR's players are
Oh my god, the sad.
That's Satchel through. He found his. Oh yeah, I actually found two.
Solo on sighting.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, and I mean, yard
One
going
enemy
great for
remaining.
trades. Super. Bomb is
1v1.
Bomb will be
Oh,
stuck,
that time.
Oh my god, super.
and he sees his head.
I lagged right as that happened.
Soup.
I thought the game ended, bro.
Yeah,
So-
good.
like, it's, these kind of sketch. I found them. I found one of them.
In slow motion.
They just
That-
FF'd
that's
on the
what they
spot
accidentally
as
queued
soon
like
as
a
that guy
spike
Oh,
died.
here you go.
I caught a lot of kills.
Like, this is the specific one I was referencing.
Good for you, man. God. Self-righteous.
It's kind of like, I was kind of referencing a bunch of them, but this was like the main one. That one.
They're fighting it.
Really just
Oddly enough, it's not
Tapioca
off.
suited Rebel.
No, that's fucked up.
Appraisal, but Tapioca isn't.
There was an after shot.
Razor
Oh my god!
getting two. Tapioca.
It's crazy this return. Dude, wait, I wasn't surprised he lived. I was surprised he took 0 damage.
That's true.
Now that's crazy. There's someone behind you, bro.
That's why it's just kind of like, what do we do now?
I know exactly where.
Interesting. I was going to mention that I'd like to see the Cypher ult investment if they get a kill, but they're actually using it in the 2v4. I mean, it's an ult that you definitely are going to
Cage
more
trigger.
use to expand, but it's still interesting. I mean, it is okay.
He's like aftershock.
The attack side still. Look, we've seen a lot of magic from Freezy so far.
Ooh. Ace clutch opportunity here with the Odin. He's got more than enough bullets to do it too.
He has room to play with.
Oh, he's
Ham is
holding for
going
him.
Ooh, one.
Oh,
Oh.
Hold on, I got.
Ace
For
does
the
eventually
last-
end up closing it out though. We're closing up that round. I mean,
My ult is
really
ready.
close.
Advancing vacuum reactivated.
With the round, he's shooting. Yeah, shoot him! Shoot him!
These two teams really like shooting buddies.
Shooting buddies should be allowed in rivals. I will die on that.
Is it not?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo!
I shot your body.
Where?
What are you guys even
Bob?
saying? Get back to work. Start casting
Sorry.
again.
All right. So, SR here, looking towards a B split. Well, TBR do seem to be looking to fight this C space. Something we haven't seen from them for at all this map.
I agree, Johnny. I'm happy to see this B exec come in,
Yes,
especially
yes.
on this lower buy.
Should we cast with British
Get
accents?
these guys back to channel 5, bro.
I do like this smoke. I mean, I love this smoke.
The dog doing alright?
Yeah, it's just because every time my mom leaves, she just sits at the door and whines for her to come back, even when she's like left the house for like 20 minutes.
Damn.
How is this guy here?
3v3. The save. Oh, but Perso, he gets caught looking behind his back. That is going to be the seesaw. Open the.
Oh my god, this lag is unbelievable.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kick this guy
That,
from a.
that fight on flank would have been magnificent, but instead we're seeing we're seeing they are going for this.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
crazy. Yeah, he just catches him off guard. Joe, low each. Yeah, mate. I mean, it's really.
Yeah, I think I asked it earlier, but like, if you could like basically take any like mid team, pick a mid team, and how would you change them to like be good or something? Like, what changes would you make?
Oh, I just think Apex needs like a full rework of like their whole roster effectively.
Mhm.
Gas in this voice.
Why is this game so slow?
They just kind of really haven't. They just really didn't do much.
Yeah.
Huh?
But
Apex are kind of cooked.
Shut up, cat observer.
Yeah, I'm the
I might as
cast.
well be the observer at this point.
I think I theory crafted an NRG rebuild.
yeah, energy definitely need a rebuild as well, especially with FNS. FNS like retired, came back, then retired again.
Well, now they got Scuba.
Call that shit Tom Brady.
That Odin. I mean,
They got Scuba now,
heavy
so
default for SR really just sitting in
That's
their
true.
spawn waiting for a push. You don't know if there are forward
Like, what's new Scooby Doo?
Look at the first, but this
Oh,
first
Soup
the other, the stun does
needs
come
to
through
just
too far away to
focus
trade.
on one target at a time.
And
Oh
there's
my
no
god.
good options this time. A lot of times they had someone to
What?
get back to, but this time they're really grouped up together.
Right.
Huh?
Wait, it's just their omen holding
Nothing. My dog just won't stop whining.
tragic.
They go. Copy.
I would like to apologize. Someone's downloading a Fortnite update in my house, probably.
Bro.
I'm not
Can we
even
cast some
kidding.
Fortnite terms because of this chat?
Justin, check the
Can
answer.
we? Check DMs. Why?
I don't like
No, it's not bad. It's not bad.
But yeah, if I was NRG, I would probably rebuild around Scuba and Mata. Maybe if you can manage to get Psalm to stay keeping 120.
Yo.
What?
Hmm.
No, I didn't mean to like. Wait. Oh.
But yeah.
Oh, this is such an awkward retake.
Mhm.
Greasy can't be wasting his bullets here.
Through the
And
wall.
But he
I
does. Oh, 1v1.
One, but the time is
There
yeah,
you
I
go.
really crafted like
Beautiful.
a whole ass rebuild.
coming out on top.
he's been really good with this Odin in the
He
entire
really
series.
has. Yeah.
This goes here.
What rank is he? Is he one of their like?
I mean,
Actually,
I
aren't
could
they all
check, but
ascendant?
I might get slaughtered.
That goes there.
No, they bro, he doesn't care.
Yeah. Like my
Yogi
rebuild
goes
was
shit a stinker or something.
Mata was like Mata Scuba.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
We did
He's just like me,
Vora
Cypher.
and
We'll
like
bring it back.
Except like I'm better.
Redux.
Wow.
Grenade!
Oh, there's a bunch of wolves to play with other than the attacking Razor.
Really decentralized look here. It's honestly surprising. I mean, this really deep B wall, I feel like is pretty poor. You don't get
Thorns
value for
down.
it. But I did just know that. Wait, I take it back. That's nice. They're trying to do a trap play with the aftershock off the wall trip. Did the wall get tripped? Why was the? No, it wasn't tripped. So why was the aftershock sent? That's interesting. And back to that A focus, you're seeing they're not getting that A space where they could feel a lot more confident in their rotate, shut down the pivot options. This is a nice smoke. I believe I first saw it from T1 where
No peeking!
some APAC team were the only one with TP into it on the entry. I believe it was actually Mako who did it.
Yeah, but they're using it to walk out here onto C. Stuck back sight does not get the kill.
I never
Whereas
left!
it's gonna
Not
be the
rolling
retake.
thunder online.
Yeah, I mean that's a kill.
Spike down,
Ace.
C. 30 seconds
For
left.
more, he gets a second.
Ooh, Ace almost got 3 there.
They are ulted though. Chip damage on onto Raze. Eventually end up dead. Freezing just on fight. Catching 2, but cannot connect
Ooh.
the shots.
Completely overrun and no
Try
time to work with.
save
Hey,
difficult here.
it's another round where they just kind of the clock just wasn't on their side.
Oh my god.
Get out of there, son!
It's gonna have
Just
to
run
run.
to the hills!
Oh, look at them
People
chase
on
as
his
well.
ass.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Save the gun safely. Wait, what? Save the gun safely?
Fuck up, man.
Save
Keep
the-
fighting. Rest is overrated.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, hi.
Hi. There was sound. Hold on.
Oh, this is a deep
Hi.
ice wall.
Yeah, they did this last round, and I'm not a big fan of it. I realized it might have been for trap play, but it wasn't. I think it's really poor. I don't understand the intention behind it. It just makes your C hold a lot weaker, but I mean, I could see it as an okay adaptation, but like, once they realize, or not even realize, but if they just go for a C hit, which is pretty common to see on this map, and you have no vice stall, you don't even have the wall, and it's just really rough. You're forced to play a retake on it.
Ult is going to be available with all 5 ults coming in for SR. I mean, it's going to be so rough to try and deny this.
Yeah, I mean, that tower does clear close to the
There.
wall, sees that
There.
he's behind the box. And Aftershock is expended, wall still live.
Yeah, I mean, they're just really working the space. Holding the presence on B, tripping this wall.
This stun could really stall them. And yeah, it's a good stun, but it's not enough.
Hazel, there is. Everyone is playing.
30 seconds left.
Like, this needs
Face
great.
your fear!
Oh, he gets one of the Brewbot and the Classic! The nade! The utility!
I
mean-
with Naya.
One enemy remaining.
Wow. Absolutely absolutely just dicked down by the
Okay,
the
okay.
Brazies.
I don't think we can say that on broadcast,
What?
bro.
I can say that.
Yeah, Pansy and Hypoc casting EMEA. Pansy. Wow. Pansy just got
let's look at the other game
dicked
actually.
down by now.
They don't say that, bro.
C9 versus SG. This is for
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
to qualify.
Wait, can you also
Where, like,
spam
someone
for
did
here
like
as
a clip
well?
of that.
Currently SG.
Sworn I
It's
saw
currently
it.
tied 9-9 on
Oh, yeah,
Lotus,
maybe.
or about to be tied 9-9
Yeah,
on
you
Lotus,
can.
unless Ginsburg wins a 1v5.
Let's go here.
Everyone I know is fat, so
It does not. So it's tied at 9
you, man.
over on the
Smile and nod.
other side of things.
Silent nod. Just go alone.
Are you good, bro?
Huh?
What was
Yeah.
that?
Nothing really. I just blow my nose.
It just sounds super, super loud on
Dad, we haven't gotten a message.
through your mic.
chat type to
My
us,
bad.
bro. Like,
Get it up.
Chat.
Chat type 1 if you think
There.
Ellie are going to lose.
I thought you were talking about me, bro.
Oh wow.
Spike down A.
Trades
wait,
are
no.
instant, but that is a kill.
You can't say LE when I'm in the call, bro.
Yeah, I thought you said
Oh.
Blinding cracked.
That's
Not ready yet.
Should we rebrand to Ellie?
Did you just say?
With his Fireworks profile picture.
He's woke. Nah.
You just stood there and looked down. When are they gonna buff Fade?
Never.
Never. Fade's in a good spot.
Spike planted.
Fade's one of the most balanced agents in the game, I'd say.
Up
Why they're gonna
Wow,
buff for
that looked
Growler.
kinda nice.
Not Odin!
Wow. I mean, it's just insane. This actually brings it like really winnable.
One enemy
Two
remaining.
before post plan. User's dead. I mean,
Yeah, no diffuse.
1 HP.
They're gonna be
so hard.
7
Yeah, he's on 1
or
HP.
Shroudify.
And
Wow, I
super
mean,
what around. But also,
heroics coming out from the both of them.
yeah.
Really great kills.
As C9 goes up 10-9.
Chat's still dead. When are they gonna get to the point where we told them to come back?
Jack, come back. We have 26 people.
When did this game start, bro? This game's been long.
At like
2 hours.
3:20 p.m. I think.
Yeah, 2 hours ago. Oh my
Wow.
God.
That's a spam and a half.
Talk
Trade
about
back.
getting stabbed onto, dude. Yeah, the trade is there though.
I'm glad to see.
That will cause them to speed up A from the pick B. This side is open. It's going to be a full post plan for the attackers.
Fascinating.
Oh,
Sobo.
Oh, I didn't even realize. I probably should have had chat
Sobo
open.
alive?
I don't think he's alive.
Why are you asking us, bro? You're the one who can chat.
Ooh, excuse me.
I don't
Starting
remember
the
the name.
game.
Um,
Tab!
Oh, but he's
Tab right
still
now?
stunned.
Firebug.
Can't really
Laura, are
do
you still here?
Mud coming through.
I'm here. Yeah.
Up on the
Yeah.
bomb.
Hello.
Firebug was saying, "Yo, Jason Lorwar, favorite chip."
Last player standing.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, it's just so
Favorite
hard to
chip?
deal with anything there.
Yeah.
And eventually goes away from TBR.
Thank you, Frosted.
Yay, Frosted!
I don't know.
Oh my god, it keeps stretching on and on.
I'm gonna say pita chips.
Right, going on and
Last
on and on
round in
and
the
on.
half.
I'm gonna go with just kind of general, like
This
I
thing.
think sea salt, salt and vinegar chips. I actually really like.
Oh, so my observing isn't bad.
Mhm.
I really like those.
Got messed up.
Also, sour cream and onion
Somebody earlier, and I was
is
like,
just obligatory goat status.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna call up a family friend. Ask fast, hold on.
That's fast.
It was not friends
Yeah.
with Ozpass, yeah.
No, she's a family friend.
Whatever you say, dude.
Yeah, but what if he actually was? What would you do then, buddy?
I'd actually like worship you, high key.
Why are they talking about
I really hope this tech pause isn't too long.
I have to stream a game after this.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm losing
Are
it.
you okay?
This has been established. I'm not.
Oh, how
Also,
many
that's
of them are
rich
DCing
people.
over and over?
Bro, I gotta scrim after this. Chop, chop.
To order. I have nothing at my house.
Huh? What?
No, that's what Happy was saying in chat.
What food should he get?
Which chat?
Nah, I'm gonna have to wait 2 minutes
The
now.
Just, I mean, 2
stream
minutes
of
isn't that
or the he's
Take
observing
tech pause and then
the
finish
current
up.
game that is on stream right now.
Uh-huh.
The Braun Rankers versus Shadowfire Rebellion.
Yeah. Okay, so like stream chat.
Especially when you put that sobbing emoji, bro.
Yeah.
What do you expect? Oh my god, wait, are we back? Yeah, we're back. Lock in.
Yeah, TBR are actually making an effort to fight the space. They have so much control of it, but unfortunately, SR just puts towards C.
Burn their
Tries
lives.
to hold this alone. Activates the thorns, but they can hear him run away.
Rip and tear.
That's a thorn being used. Wall's eventually gonna be made.
There we go.
Good hit.
And finally, they have included
Don't fall.
As I say that,
Don't fall in cabin.
it's actually stuck. I really dislike.
Cabin's
that.
going to the bathroom.
Giving up all a.
We're just kind of chilling, waiting for this game to end.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's a
Go pans fast. I want to go to Rotary Hot Pot with some good friends.
really bad.
That's
Wait,
gonna be fun. Going to Rotary Hot Pot with some friends. That's gonna be fun. We're going to round 1 after. It's a arcade place with a bunch of like
Should I
they have
try
like
webcam
these
that?
Japanese rhythm game machines that they imported.
Why?
Uh-huh.
It's pretty wicked.
On his ult,
It's
I
a
mean-
great fun.
all the street. Oh, Tapioca!
Down
He has a king! 3 and TBR win that round. I mean, 5 on this half is really good for
A. Switching
TBR.
sides.
Oh god. Someone said
What?
butter chicken. Someone said butter chicken.
Butter chicken? I don't know. I don't like butter chicken, unfortunately. What? No, bro. I eat butter chicken like every day, bro. How would I be racist?
You're just rating me. You're shameless. You probably hate Indians. That's why you hate me so much.
Straight up waffling.
You hate Indians. It's so obvious, bro. You're saying you don't want to eat butter chicken. You hate me. You
A lot of people hate me, Firebug.
Yeah,
you constantly post a Lumi posting. Wow.
I don't.
A lot of people also
You
kind of
run my
dislike
narrative.
Lumi.
Cover going out. You run my narrative.
Shut up, Firebug.
Where are we looking?
Oh, the movement's rough.
We have like 4 streams open at the same time.
Over, bro. I wanna
It's
play
currently
this.
12 to 10 in favor of C9 in the other series. You can go watch Goose's stream for that.
I'm all out of steam.
If only I remembered my Riot login, I'd have someone else log into my account so I can go and eat dinner.
I'm tired.
Last player standing.
I did last night.
Man, Exoblade.
It is true. I'm glad I bought the EXO bundle. I don't care if people say it's overpriced, bro. It's a good bundle. Shut up.
Wait, actually, wait, don't you get a bed soon?
Yeah, it's in 31st.
31st of May, or?
Yeah, this month.
Okay. And now, Justin, what have we learned about this map? No more queuing with cheaters!
That's so hard though, bro. I want to hit Radiant.
And especially don't become the cheater.
Shadows traveling.
I don't know about that one.
Poseidon might get a little bit overzealous here.
Oh, yeah.
Flash out.
Best classic to come out in recent times, by the way.
Blinding.
Oh, what a dodge!
Whoa! I mean, wonderful shot. They will be executing on. The Sean coming through. I don't think they spotted him. No, they don't know. The swing onto backside could be huge, but no.
Last player standing.
The flank comes through. Joe getting free. Two.
Gun here.
Lore Wars in the chat now. I thought Lore War was on the mainstream. What's happening?
The mainstream, they're not. I mean, they might be.
Oh, is it over?
That's the thing.
Knock to ask Goose to collaborate. Why would I collaborate a stream?
Tied at 7 here. Crawl to 11 on the other stream. C9 versus SG.
Drop in a smoke. One enemy remaining.
Oh wow. Leah held down the fort.
Tired, boss.
3-on-3 for the map. 3-on-2 for the map.
You said you do all the technical shit.
I'm tired, boss.
Yo, I'm tired too. Let's sit here in pure silence.
Bro!
You want,
I mean,
we're
we're not mandated to be here.
We aren't really, yeah.
1v3
That's
for
why
the
we're saying
map.
Whatever we want.
Brick not gonna be able to do anything. GG,
GG,
C9 won map 1 and are 1 map away from qualifying to playoffs.
Don't make me cast.
Yeah, let's even all on tab. He has to observe and cast.
Bro!
Yo, Firefox will judge your casting.
No, let's not do this.
I was judging TNT's casting before. It was really like monotone. And then
Oh,
we
I
took
think
the
that's
personal attack, and I said, "Who you?" No, because my voice is very monotone. Like, listen to me, bro. I'm cooked. I'm like my voice is from the office. It's from the office mode.
Are you gonna die to the aftershock?
Nice kill.
Whoa, what? Spammed him through there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I didn't know you
I know about that one. I spam it with Guardian a lot. I got kills.
No, you don't. You never get kills.
Yo, Cyber.
Dude, not cool.
You lost against SR.
School was never really my thing.
You never played that song.
Wait, no. What did you guys play? Okay, you guys lost against the 100 speed. Point still stands.
Welcome back, Kevin.
Should I try that my next game?
I'm going to use this time to go to the
One of my cameras is broken.
bathroom.
Oh, wait. Okay. It's fine. Yes, this should do.
C9 won map 1 of that game.
I told them to hurry up.
That game should be over.
7 to
Yeah,
9
type-
over
type
here.
it all chat, hurry up.
report Justin.
Oh my god, why would you send that to me?
It's literally in the group chat.
Bro! Oh my god, are you seeing this? What is
How did
wrong
he
with you,
dig
Parker?
someone? He was running.
He gets two.
Spike down.
He
C.
can't keep getting away
He
with
can't
it.
keep getting away with this.
This is actually ridiculous. His outfit. Yeah, no. It might have
I
been.
think it
Yeah,
wasn't either opportunity. Man, if only my casters would have spotted that and weren't asleep.
Wah, cry about
Oh
it.
my god, there's a timeout!
Bro, as soon as we say.
Oh my god. I'm in stream purgatory! Oh my god! Okay, it's fine.
What happened? What did they say?
If this goes into OT, I'm actually leaving. the
If
call.
this goes to OT, yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna let it AFK, like, observe and go and eat
I'm gonna
dinner.
take a quick nap, bro.
I could have taken a nap, right? I could have taken a nap, like, 3 hours ago, bro. It would have been the most glorious nap ever.
Yeah, you know what? I should lay in bed right now.
What if you
Or-
wanted to nap,
no,
but
you know-
SR
you-
said
you-
no?
You know what? No, I'm gonna leave. I can't because I might.
Like, why couldn't
Hold on.
TBR just win map 2?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
No.
You can?
Nope.
Well, I know you can. No, okay. All the
Oh,
way back in my bed
mainstream
right now.
literally has to wait for this game to end.
Now we wait.
Oh yeah. Happy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, but very quiet.
Okay, I'm in my bed right now and looking at my PC. I'm laying down.
Cover going out.
Good. I can't look at the that's rough. That breach some to take space, so I can't really do the technical shit anymore because like I can only see what's in front of me. I'm relying on my Goat Observer. It's actually kind of nice, bro. I feel like I'm like
Cover going out.
the dentist almost, like where they have the TV in front
Oh
of
my
you.
god.
Yo, I'm living life. I'm living like Larry.
Living like Larry?
Yeah. Who is this?
Oh, Poseidon.
Take hold.
Nice super. Super with 2 towards the seaside, maybe a 3rd. Not a 4th though. The 3 that pretty much shut down the round for.
Whoa, what is this cam? I've never. Wait, I'm actually feeling that. I'm
Oh,
stealing that. It's easy. Yeah. Wait, I'm so stealing.
that's nice for spam.
Taking notes. Why would you say that? Dude, the people that are taking notes right now, bro. I'm stealing that. The people who you're gonna play against are watching this, buddy.
Bro, I've been taking notes this entire. That's why I wanted to cast so I can like be extra locked in to what each team does. See how they play. So
Now we wait.
So Justin, how do you feel that you're most likely gonna be playing TBR after this?
Well, that's
happy because it feels like that we're the local daters.
That's true.
And if we lose, we can just say we
Are you
suck.
rebranding immediately? Do you already have a
No, I don't.
Maybe you should spend this boring 2.5 hours.
whatever proceeding later, but he's still intoxicated, so they gotta release it to someone, so APAC.
Wait, just stream that instead of
When
this.
the official is so boring, we play Brawl Stars Ready.
Rachel,
Oh my
and I
god.
think
Okay, wait, it's getting exciting. They're fighting, guys, lock in.
Running
Ran
away,
away
bro.
from each other.
You're both running away,
Oh
bro.
my god.
Ah.
Okay, wait, no, they're about to hit C. Okay, Tapioca satcheling out onto the C site.
Worst after them ever seen.
You can spam the buttons! Super!
Tripwire destroyed.
Oh yeah, I'm Piper.
5v5 post
Tapioca in the smoke with a bucky.
Post plan, there's
Perfect!
no
Perfect
kills.
weapon, but he whips!
There's still no kills? Okay.
But there's kills, finally, at a minute through the round.
Oh my god,
This is genuinely like Overwatch
that's
jokes
horrible.
right now. We're genuinely watching Overwatch jokes. No kills are happening until someone gets it, and then a million kills happen.
One enemy remaining.
I am clicking on the Brawl
Oh my god. Almost broke Super's ankles. And Super with the 4K on the round, back-to-back multi-kills. Hopefully gonna close out the game soon.
Match point.
I mean, Super and Freeman have just been cooking all match long. I haven't been able to tell. Oh! My god!
What? Oh,
We got a
God.
timeout.
It's okay. Wait, hold on. I'm going into Piper's. Yes. I Piper hypercharged. I got the bell.
Let's go, dude. I don't know what that means, but it's more
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Yes, we killed me though. We killed me.
Hello, I'm back. Just gonna look to.
Welcome
Oh,
back,
you're
Chase.
talking about Brawl Stars?
It's 12-7.
I know nothing
Yep.
about Brawl Stars. I'm not gonna lie. My two younger.
So
brothers
I have to see if a miracle can happen.
It's genuinely Valorant.
What happened?
Dude, our
They're gonna have to see if a miracle can happen, and they're down 12-7.
pro scene for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna need a little bit more than a miracle.
Like a
But
loud costume.
Yeah, there's Team Heretic. I saw Team Heretic's like pin. You can buy. Oh, what?
Is Brawl
Just
Stars on
absolutely
PC or is
fucked
it
up.
literally just a mobile game?
No. Well, you can play PC via an emulator, but it's bannable. But
Okay. I mean, that makes
This
sense.
goes here.
You could probably do some much more advanced things on PC. Now the schnogs are barking as well, bro.
yeah, I should
I was
probably.
looking on the
Hey,
other side. Next map is Ascent has not started just yet, but we should be starting our next best of 3 here very soon.
Oh, it's not PC.
Shadows traveling.
Hey, can I hit that trick perfect?
We were talking about CBC before. Well,
Oh.
I can't see him all the way back.
Huh?
Oh my god, post plan again.
Spike planted.
Don't whip the razor.
Oh!
Just put the result in the back.
Not quite sure how he got out of that one alive.
Adapt or die.
Wait, maybe.
Oh
Wait.
my god, they won.
No, hold on. Yes!
Stalling.
Down to 1 versus 3, 1 HP! Not gonna be able to close it out. Finally, the series ends with an SR victory.
GG's.
GG.
Novik's defenders win.
I am.
As colorful as carnival.
Thank you for script.
Oof. Well, so it means that we will be seeing the Braun Rankers going up against Low Envy here for a elimination match coming. Are you okay? Oh, you were just looking straight down. I thought you were behind your chair. Well, that means we will be seeing Low Envy playing the Braun Rankers here in a elimination match coming up very, very soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that. In the meanwhile, there is the other game. So the map has not started quite yet, but it was, excuse me, a C9 victory. It was a 13-11 victory for C9. So they're one map away from going to playoffs. Yeah.
Well,
So with that
we
being
go
said,
on break.
we got a little bit of a break coming up here because we got to get these next teams, give them a little bit of a break because Braun Rankers just played a long best of 3, and then get into map vetoes and stuff like that. So appreciate a few people that were still sticking around, and we will see you guys here in a moment.
All right.
Hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm not quite sure where Lorewar is right now. But we are ready to go on for Agent Select here on Pearl.
We're just having a thing of water.
Pearl is map 1, picked by the Braun Rankers. Funnily enough, the map bands go based off of seeding for who gets to decide what if they want to be Team A or Team B. And the Braun Rankers lost so hard in the last game of the regular season that they're 1 point behind Low Envy. So because of that, they did not get the because that they did not get the veto advantage. Also, I think that's an Envy logo in the Braun Rangers logo as well. Which I think is very, very funny. But we come on into Pearl, the city under the sea in Omega Earth, Portugal. We see these two teams clash it out, fighting for survival. Lose here and you are done. Win and you survive for another best of 3 to see if you're worthy enough to bring yourselves into the playoff bracket.
Looking like we're starting out with a pretty spread default for the Braun Rankers over here. Just playing spread, looking like they're gonna try and find info, maybe play a little bit into mid, but they're not really heavy towards it. And Spike's over towards the A side, so we're looking like they might end on with an A split here.
Both these squads have 0 maps on Pearl. Neither of these two teams have played it. Well, Ace played it earlier today, but in the regular season, neither of these two teams have played it. Ace was very, very strong with this chamber on Pearl earlier today. So I'm very, very curious to see how he's going to perform here. Because he was being a bit of a menace with that headhunter. Unfortunately, the squad wasn't able to pull
What a
off
shot
the
out of
map win.
Urso.
Yeah, down goes Fly Guy right away. So
just ripping his head off like that.
I have the spike.
Instant. Like I tried to TP, but it was just a half second too late, and he was already dead. Only thing that got teleported was his corpse.
yeah, as this hard slam onto this A site is going to, I mean, the plant's going to try to go down and eventually will, but it's at the cost of 4 of his teammates. He's going to try to get 9.
What?
He's going to be able to fight 3. Now it's out to a 1v1.
No,
There's
no,
no way he wins this.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, he almost did.
Almost.
They went for the knife, they went for the BM, and it almost cost them the round. A sigh of relief.
Low
exiting the lungs of Danny.
Almost.
That should have never been as close as it was.
Had they had their guns out, they would have won. Guaranteed. They almost threw it. And if they can't afford to throw like that, not in an elimination game, you can't be going for stuff like that when there's still a chance, and it's elimination.
Especially this early.
Yeah. Pistol rounds always have so much of an impact. They can impact the next several rounds, and nearly throwing away a pistol round because you wanted to go for a little bit of BM is not good.
Retrieving flash.
But it silences. There's a big lean towards this A site, but they have left the spike. No one has it. So someone's gonna have to try to walk back and pick that up whenever they can. Looks to be Ace to do that, as they're just gonna give up this this A site.
Nailed them.
Oh,
Nice shot at Tapioca.
dodging the timing. He has no
He
idea.
doesn't know about the player behind him though. He's gonna get knifed. He's gonna get knifed. Down goes Justin. They finally they get the knife off that time. And now it's a 3-on-3, but no real weapons able to have been retrieved. So this looks to be falling apart fast. So it's gonna have to be absolute heroics out of Ace. 3 bullets in the head Hunter. It's gonna have to be 3 headshots, but he's not gonna be able to find the first, not gonna be able to find the second. Still gonna be able to get the plant off, and also a lot of damage on 2 of the living players, as well as 2 eliminations.
It's pretty good. That's a fairly strong eco. Like 2 armor rebuys, 2 weapons down.
They know that
This is
Fly Guy
looking-
has this outlaw, so they're gonna want to be very careful. They're gonna be they're a little bit anxious about how they want to try and play around that. So they know they can't buy light shields, they can't buy regen. Although
Now we wait.
Trex is going to be buying light shields here, so he's
Buying
most
light
likely going to be
shields and
chilling
light.
back, sitting. He's most likely just going to be chilling, sitting back a little bit, and supporting his team with those Astra stars from across the map. Prowler, no, yes, it does clear Justin. Justin going to be
Justin.
taking this fight with the Bulldog, and he gets punished. Decides not to try and TP out, and he pays the price with his life.
I'll find you.
Danny Sachs
Playing close with the
staying
judge.
with the
and he-
judge.
shit.
Finds Trex off guard. That's your smokes player down.
Take flight.
No other way to
That's
try to
cool.
block off any of these angles. Fly Guy still has this outlaw on this pixel angle,
leaves
so they
me
know that there's not a
wondering.
soul towards this A area of the map. Because that outlaw does tag 140 on Pisa. Now the Braun Rankers in a very, very awkward situation. They know this outlaw towards this A site, so they could try to go over towards B, and they catch Trudon out off guard.
30 seconds left.
How does Danny Sachs get out with his life?
I'm not quite sure, but it's not looking too great. The Outlaws finally rotated over. A beautiful shot on the Tapioca, as well as making another player 1 HP as Person falls to the shock dart off that 140 call. And it's another hit for 140. Danny Sachs with 4 kills on the round. Also the Hunter's Fury. As Fly Guy does unbelievable amounts of damage with that outlaw. I think he hit 4 different players for 140 there.
Yeah, he just did so much damage with the outlaw, and that just set him up perfectly with the shot for the shock darts and for the judge and for everything else.
Now we wait.
It was just the perfect setup because 140 leaves you so weak, and they couldn't deal with it.
Fly Guy getting very close. Can still TP out, decides to do so before taking that engagement. Tapioca going to be taking a little bit of the damage. Just this explosion of Yuto coming out to the A side. Technologic
A.
going to be able to pluck him out of the air. Just an intellect. Fighting 3 on his own. And now it's Trex in a 1v4, and nothing.
Justin has 4.
Nothing's gonna come out of it. A beautiful, beautiful start here for Low Envy. As an early timeout comes out for the side of the Braun Rankers, and I mean that makes perfect sense. You got Danny Sachs 8-0. Still has his Hunter's Fury. They have the Astral Divide. They have they have the Cosmic Divide. They have that Dimensional Drift. They have so much utility to work with for specifically delaying a plan, but also just being able to retake with ease. And this is a round that you have to win, or else you go down 5-0. You wouldn't really be able to buy into this next round. This is a must-win round here for TBR. And with the way that Low Envy have been playing right now, it's a very real chance that they can take this round off of them. You see a very heavy lean towards the B site here. Guess now they're just gonna leave the spike over towards spawn and put a couple players. There's 2 actually towards B. So they decide to rotate back on out. Justin gonna try and use that jump off after his clone gets shot. Gets the right angle, but can't find the shot, and Trex finds him through the screens. Pisa will get traded in mid, so that's a numbers trade. Verso trying to jump that wall and does so successfully. And look at the space that they've taken towards A main. Is this gonna have to be a slow reclear? Fly Guy finds the info. But he has no idea that there's another player sitting right there. So no rotates really come in. He just thinks that that was the solo lurk. As eventually one rotate will come, will go the other way. Fly Guy sitting in pit.
This could go bad.
Teleport's ready.
Yeah, because you still have the Cosmic Divide. Fly Guy going to try and take the swing, but they know that they're still stuck in pit. As the spam comes through, Hunter's Fury to try and delay the plant, but no tag, no tag, no tag. Tapioca being able to take that timing and find Technologic over through Flowers. Scary timing, and I think they heard the shots being taken by Trudon. Three on 2 situation here. You have the Nightfall, you have Cosmic Divide, all ults to work with. Tapioca's on 3. Now it's not really fully planted for them. They both have to swing together. However, they still have that star on the spike, but it missed. No, it didn't. It almost missed. I thought it would have been a little bit of a Team Liquid play sort of there against Fnatic, but no time to work with. And both players. Yeah, this is true.
They did it during kickoff. Serial did it. Kamek did it. Actually, no, it was during Masters. It was against EDG. And now we can't.
I know still for Danny Sachs, he's still got effectively an infinite kill death ratio.
Serial
Now we wait.
doesn't even. Serial doesn't have the chance to do it against EDG because EDG didn't fucking make it to Masters.
Get out of my way.
EDG catching strays in Throw City.
Fly Guy now with this operator to try to take out Tapioca, and he will. A headshot just to confirm it. As you got 3 players leaned over towards this B side as well, so even though they're walking down slowly to try and take that space, they're going into that slightly stacked site. Perso going to be able to trip that wall. That's going to be a little bit of info that there is still this player down here. There's a tiny gap. There's the most minuscule gap in the smoke. And Justin abuses that and is able to find another pick and get the spike down. And with
And
that
that's a
jump spot, he
smokes
can
player.
still see.
They don't have
Yeah,
smokes.
and you can still see that it's on the floor. Ursa with the spam. Trudon, he's able to find two, and all of a sudden, don't look now, but this is an even playing field, making an uneven playing field. Ace is able to find Danny in mid. First death of the map for him, and it comes so costly. As now it looks unlosable, went from a situation that was so unwinnable for the Braun Rangers into one that there's no way they can lose. Technologic can't realistically get out here. Now they can fly guy, and he's just gonna look for an exit kill, and he's just gonna save this operator, I assume. Technologic gonna try to do a little bit of shenanigans, maybe get a kill or two, but his gun barrel poking around the corner, and all it's gonna be is a fly guy exit frag, as he's gonna have to back away. Does have the tour de force online. Curious if he might try to drop that operator to a teammate that doesn't have a weapon and use his own tour de force. Pizza will also fall to the spike though.
That's not great.
As
And
a
we're
counter
getting
timeout comes through.
Good timeout, honestly. It's a great time for a timeout. Just because you had such momentum starting off, and now you're starting to lose that. I think that the game plan's still solid, but like I'd like to see them change it up a little bit, like setup wise. Maybe put the chamber, maybe double stack the sentinels on one site and have everyone else on the other. Like just have chamber and the vice holding it down, just locking B down, and then you have the other three all on A to keep A stacked. Or maybe or maybe you could have one in A, one in mid too. But I want to see some sort of change up in like the Sentinel setups. It's been good, but like I want to see them change it out because it's starting to get like a little bit iffy and hasn't really done much, especially in these like mid to late rounds. They've just been getting just ripped apart.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates here in play for both sides here. So we could see a very chaotic round coming up here very soon.
2 chamber ults, 2 Astra ults. You got a Yor ult versus a Fade and a Vice ult. Yeah, it's just there's 7 ults in play right now, and this could get so hectic so fast.
Jump spot, Trudon will be able to find. It will be able to spot. Trudon, I don't think that flash hits Fly Guy. No, it doesn't. And he's going to be able to capitalize off of that.
Got spotted.
Tapioca spamming in pit. Ace will be able to find the pit player. As Justin just trying to create a bit of chaos. They know that he's stuck in main. Fly Guy going to be able to find Perso. Caught lacking. It's going to have to be some heroics from Tapioca.
But he's dead.
That heroics won't be there. Yes, you have these Astral Stars. But it's going to be near impossible. It's going to be Ace for the 1v2. Spike goes down, but he's still stuck in the thorns. And he gets spammed out while Trudon just sticks. 5-2 in favor of Lower Envy, and a great timeout call to be able to recover their momentum before it got out of hand. And they've been really strong on these retakes. The bomb's been planted six times now, and they're so far 4-2 on those retake attempts. With admittedly the 2 lost retake attempts were more saves. But when they have gone, like, made a genuine effort to go for these retakes, they are 100%. Tapioca just slowly going past that clone. Fade Prowler is going to be able to push him a little bit further. Going to spot Technologic, but not a single soul is towards this A main position. So there's just still so much that they have to clear. 2 players for the side of LE sitting there. They know that the operator is there. Going to be able to find one. And that's really all you can ask for there. And the trade comes through as well. 4-on-3, making a 3-on-3. Trying to pop that Visol, but can't. So now it's going to be the counter Visol. Fly Guy unable to do anything but sit in the corner with the shorty.
He could
As
always,
this time starts ticking away and you still have all these Astro Stars.
Oh, Justin?
Justin, don't count him out just yet. Where in the world are they looking?
Pulling them in.
Lost, confused, dazed, and alone. And it's not going to happen. The heroics from Justin. And I think a miscommunication as well. On the
I thought he was the other
side,
way, I
62.
think.
How does that happen in that moment?
It's looking not great right now for the Braun rankers, and it's just felt kind of flat right now. Sure, there's some individual like some incredible individual moments, but you can't win a map off of individuals that often, at least.
You want to play? Let's play.
Danny Sachs is going to be able to get this Hunter's Fury off of this. Or no, he's not. He's still going to be 1 orb short as there's that triple stack towards A's. Well, I mean, the rest of the squad is just sprinting down towards B. Fly Guy is trying to do his best to hold on as his rendezvous is broken. So he's going to just have to stay on this point. Going to be able to find one. Another headshot off kill onto the Tapioca. First, to try and help out. Fly Guy finding another. And it's just a steamroll ace with a tour de force of his own. Jumping through a beautiful shot to take out that operator. And now Trex finds another. Down to a 1v2, making it a 1v1. Technologic versus Ace. Up versus Rifle. It's going to be so awkward to try and do much here. Both players spotted. Both players
1 bullet
know
left
their
in the op.
locations.
But he just lost the tour de force.
30 seconds left.
He also has to plant. He still has to plant. And there's 20 seconds. He can't rotate. He can't leave.
To work with. He still hasn't picked up. He still hasn't picked up the spike, which he still has to do. He's just waiting for someone to swing, but then they never do. So he has to move out of the way and play in a different position. But the stun could just be there. He's gonna pull him off. But the spike still goes down. TP's back again because it was so long. The recharge came through. Now it's just down to the 50-50 duel. Who can win it out?
They're weaving around each other. Ring around the Rosie.
Smoke is there. Ace is going to be able to get it.
Saving them. Saving them. Just.
However, the rest of LE, you know, they don't have a whole lot of money here. Little bit broke.
Fly Guy can at least get his motor force out. They're gonna be forcing into this.
That's a good spot.
It really feels like it has just been Fly Guy and Justin.
Thorns activated.
Enemy tag.
There.
I am the hunter.
If picking up that Hunter Spirit and instantly ripping it off of that tag onto Furso, but he's not going to be able to find it. But Tapioca going through Art is just going to backstab the both of them. He's still carrying over that operator from that round he clutched up prior.
This is feeling like another done round. It's feeling like a done round now. I'm not going to count him out just yet, but it's so hard. Especially if Trex can get a good lurk. Oh, and the timing's perfect.
Yeah, and that should be a done deal. Down goes the Tour de Force, and Justin left alone, just looking for maybe an exit frag. Trex walking the other way
And he
on the
looks
unlucky
away.
timing.
You can tell a person's character by their first action. Check me then, eh? 1 second,
I'd like to see maybe like a setup change. Like they've been now fronting the chamber towards B, and like, but I'd still like to maybe put. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, I think I like this. Chamber towards mid, Vice B, and they're fighting mid because TBR haven't really been doing anything in mid. They've just been ignoring it for most of the time. And okay, aside from the occasional round where they go mid,
No more thorns.
Nice shot out of Pisa.
Psychologic with
What
a
did you do
shorty,
with the
but
shorty? But the answer's gonna be known. The answer's gonna be nothing.
up
Justin has
close.
teleported past this wall, and Danny's actually just kind of sitting behind it. So now that the presence is known, they can go now.
Last player standing.
But
It's whiffy.
the wall trip, they know where the last player lies. Try to get
It's
one
just
kill
whiffy.
if they can, but they're just gonna have to back off. They still gotta die to spike or something. They're just gonna wrap around through mid. That's just gonna be hard held by Ace, so he should be able to get this kill here. He's going for the headhunter. It's gonna lose that fight, and he's gonna get the operator out of it. There's no one available to trade him. So, I mean, on the bright side, they still have this. Unless Tapioca. No, Tapioca denies him.
Tapioca denies him the op at the last possible second. He killed him, and then immediately after, we went to the next round, and that's gotta feel bad if you, yeah, it's gotta feel bad.
Face your fear.
Out comes this Nightfall. Fly Guy just gonna stand dead center into it, almost finding a second. But I mean, a one and done is all you can really ask for there.
Justin.
Immediately
Oh.
going for the stick. Justin trying to find him off guard.
Danny
but cannot do
sacked.
so. 3v3 situation, you still got several Astra Stars available on top of that spike. Danny, what are you going to be able to do with those shock darts? Going to get a little bit of damage off, maybe. But the smokes are off. Take a logic. The double collapse. He's able to find two of his own, but it's going to be an easy trade for Danny, as it's going to be a 7-5 half in favor of Low Envy.
I still feel like that 7, honestly, might not be enough, considering both sides are playing this double senti comp. I'm not sure if 7 on defense is enough. Chamber is so defensive-sided, and it just feels like it might just not be enough. I'm repeating myself, but
Now we wait. Launching thorn. Need to move my
7
wall.
also feels even worse when you consider that you're coming from a 4-0 up scoreline, and
Ace's
you
shot
could
just
only get 3 more.
barely missing. Furon, Lapioca just taking that duel in mid. Both bodies will hit the floor. These trades come in, but guys, where's the spike? Where's the spike? Personal's gonna be able to find Technologic after a unbelievable blunder,
Player standing.
and they're gonna get pitched. No one picked up the spike. So now Justin is left all alone in his own little island. Ace is gonna be the one to take him down. And you gotta wonder what the hell just
If you are
happened.
not doing well, keep
How do they just
trying.
they just left the spike there, and no one took it. And when they pushed up, they just saw it and they're like, "Ooh, hey, there's the spike here," and that's just you can't be making a mistake like that. Not in an elimination game, no.
Now we wait.
Low Envy has like well, they started off good. It feels like they've just been making like even from the start, it feels like they've been making mistakes that you can't really afford to be making in an elimination game. They've now left the spike in spawn, gotten punished for it. They early on round one, they went for a knife kill and they got hard punished for it, nearly losing a 1v3.
And all 5 of these players are sitting towards mid. This could be absolute chaos towards street side. Danny gonna be able to take this first contact. Gonna be able to find that kill on the pizza. That's a big kill to find. It's a bit of a choppy spray. Ace is still gonna be able to get out and away with his life, but I can't say the same for Trex.
There.
The spike goes down and it's not looking good. Ace 8 HP, but so is
Spike
so many
planted.
other players are low. That Stinger can do absolute wonders. Perso doesn't really have the proper weaponry to be able to take this long range engagement though. Has just
But they're
has
so
a
low.
Spectre in hand, but it's still possible. But they're gonna run down Ace. He should realistically be dead to rights. No, he somehow lives. Perso's gonna be able to be so disruptive. And the kills come through. They know this player's sitting back. And somehow, this round is so winnable. Perso's got to drop down to 1v2, 1v1. Can he find the shots? No, he cannot.
Not in
A
time.
disaster.
Oh!
As TBR escapes with a round win.
I didn't think there was time there. That was nearly a complete disaster for them. TBR almost got full ecoed and now their economy is not doing well right now.
I'll find you.
I'm gonna try to take that duel, but gonna get shut out in the process. LeBron Rankers in a beautiful situation to convert this bonus round. I say is, well, this A side just cracked wide open. It's gonna be a little bit of an awkward retake, but you got the positioning, you got the man advantage. I don't think anyone's gonna be there to shoot that haunt. It's broken at the last moment, though. Tapioca is playing a beautiful off angle right now. I love this off angle. It's always good for one time a game, but he just didn't have the HP to work with. So now this went from a 3-on-5 to a 3-on-2. Pisa is going to have to try to do something miraculous, but with how low HP he is, I don't think that it's going to happen. It's going to have to be the 1v3, and he's not going to get it done.
Only able to find them one, and I mean, to an extent, it's somewhat expected considering how, well, rather poor the bonus round was. There was so little money anywhere, and
Should I play some stars in this reality?
now it's just feeling, and now it's, the economy is really tight for both teams. 3 people can't buy on low envy, and all 5, I don't think, can buy on the bronze rankers if they lose either. This is a massive round economically. Perso caught out.
Enemy down.
That's 2 players caught out and just. Oh,
Spike planted.
Nice spam through the smoke.
Troton's coming
LE
from
looking
behind.
for 8, for 9,
Are they
rather.
ready? Do they even know about Troton?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
Troton
Dan's
even
actually
be
just
here
gonna
in
get sprayed
time.
through.
Troton isn't even here in time. He's
Yeah,
too
there's just
late.
no time to work with. Sistix just gonna go all the way through.
too
Noise being
late.
made.
He had such a good flank, but he was just too late.
Now we wait. Launching thorn.
Perso just running in, gonna be able to find one, but not gonna be able to trade out, but Trex going through the sewers, finding the double spray down. Two on 4 situation here.
One enemy remaining.
There's a nice double spray down from Tapioca. Is gonna put TBR back into the leads. We got a close one as it's coming down to the wire here. We hit the as we're about to hit the 4th quarter of play here.
If you're low envy, you really have to be kicking yourself. You started off 4-0, and now it's feeling like it's just slipping away, and what can you do? I might want to see a timeout from low envy soon.
Cutting through.
A nice
Justin.
spray out of Justin. Explosions coming out onto the site.
Spike planted.
Ace, oh my goodness. Talk about that
An
kill. Now this
incredible
Rose Garden
shot.
comes out alongside the Nightfall. Technologic just stuck alone on default. He's trying to play
trigger
trigger discipline,
discipline.
but doesn't get it done. Tapioca just trying to glide
This
around.
round looked like low envy
uphill.
could have won, and then it just fell apart in the end. Low envy feels like they're just falling apart in these close rounds, and
Well, I feel like that whole round started from Ace with an unbelievable kill. He's got that jiggle peek into the 1-tap and then able to get out into an untradeable position, and then that just sort of activated these teams to just like launch out. That's just sort of activated TBR to unlaunch both the Rose Garden and the Nightfall at the same time. As Fly Guy is going to punish Perso for trying to get a little bit too cheeky there in mid, and now it's wide open with no one really to watch it. And that's so much space that they just have to give up. Justin's going to slowly come down. A beautiful adjustment to be able to find that headshot as this A side becomes wide open. You still got Tapioca sitting in a main. How much are you really going to do? Because they know they have to clear the same main angle. They know they don't have anyone there. Just how long can they hold on to it? But it doesn't matter because Pizza's going to hold on to all of it. The dynamic duo to shut down the push. That was effectively a 2-on-5.
Just Tapioca and Pizza just rip them apart. Pizza's been having kind of a quiet game, and now just coming online to get a 3K in such an important round. And now we're seeing the timeout come out, and I feel like I would have liked to see this earlier. It feels like they've just been rumbling in every close round, and now any lead that they had has slipped away, and just they need something. If I'm Flash here, I'm probably talking about, like, hey, you guys have been, like, going through mid, slamming through main, but you haven't really been splitting, and you've just been, and whenever you've really slammed through mid, you've just been leaving main open, and you've gotten punished for it multiple times now.
Oh, a beautiful shot out of Ace to strike down Justin.
Oh,
put it 180
no.
around and catch Fly Guy in mid. A disaster again.
Fly Guy had him dead to right. Fly Guy had him dead. Oh, and
Tapioca's gonna be
Tapioca.
able to pick him off in mid as well, as it's looking to be match point here for TBR. A very, very, very unfortunate turn of events.
The economy isn't even too good for Low Envy right now. It's just, like, they'll probably be able to squeeze out a buy, but it's gonna be shaky at best.
Right here. Right here.
30 seconds left.
They're both just contained in mid. Every way out is covered, and they're dead.
A double from Trex, the double operator online for TBR, and there's just nothing that Ellie can do about it as we hit map point here in map 1 of this elimination.
I should probably place some stars in the astral plane. I should do. I'm going above.
Ace is gonna have to back himself out. As out comes the Rose Garden. Plant's going to go down here.
Now it's a 4v5 already, and
Very, very early usage of this Hunter's Fury to try to find anything, and he will be able to find a tag, but that's all he's gonna find. Pizza Fan's gonna come out, as it's gonna be so awkward. The beautiful timing of that gravity well disallows Justin to push through that Cosmic Divide. Left down to a 1v2, stuck with weapon in his hand, and it's not gonna happen. No ammunition. No kills found.
That Hunter's Fury feels like it was just out of stress. And it just feels like it was panic and
Defenders win.
wasn't fully, like, thought through. It felt more like an, oh shit, we might lose. I need to use this now.
Yeah, that was unbelievable usage of the Uto, right? You had the Cosmic Divide to block off a main. That's just the
The stun and the grav net was perfect there too.
Yeah, there was the gravity well in a main prevented Justin from pop flash. The pop flash was perfect. The pop flash hit, I think, like 2 people there. But the gravity well prevented him from actually pushing through that cosmic divide to be able to capitalize off of that. And that is, and it's just the tiny little things like that, those split-second decisions that win and lose you maps. Beautiful way to close out the game for the Braun Rangers. Low envy.
And I kind of mentioned
knocking-
that at the half, it just wasn't enough. 7-5 wasn't enough for this comp, especially. Both teams were running mirror comps. It's such a defensive-sided comp, so 7-5 just wasn't even close to enough. I think that they needed 9-3 or better, especially with that 4-0 start. They needed to do better in those gun rounds, and they just crumbled.
Yeah, low envy. They're now 1 map away from being eliminated from playoff contention. While the Braun Rangers here are right here, 1 map away from just surviving for another series. As I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, we will be going to a short break. We will have Haven coming up next.
And if I am correct, I believe that is Low Envy's map pick.
Awesome.
So Braun Rangers took their map pick. Let's see if Low Envy can take theirs.
Yep. We'll be back to you again after this break. Welcome back to an elimination game here for the TCNA Rivals number 2. We saw a very, very strong showing from both squads in that first map of Pearl. As it got towards the end, it came very, very close. Or as it, rather, it got when it came towards the end.
It got less
Rangers it started running away with it, as we will have to.
It was just absolutely incredible defensive half for the Bronze Rangers.
Yeah, as we will head to Haven for our next and potentially last map of the series here in a moment. So I'm very curious to see how this one's going to play out. While we're here, I'll pull up the Haven stats for both of these squads here for the regular season. Braun Rankers won the first won 13-9 against CTE, and they also won they lost 1-13. So obviously they have most likely been practicing it at some point beforehand. And we look over at Low Envy. Their games on Haven have been a 13-10, a 13-4, a 4-13, and a 13-7. So they're 3-1 on this map, with that one loss being, very, very low. But both these squads definitely have the potential to be able to come out on top on a map like this.
Here we're seeing both of the previous chambers not on Sentinel this time. We're seeing a Fly Guy on Sova and Ace on Omen. Tapioca remains on Jet, but Justin's now on Cypher.
Yeah, so you'll oftentimes see that it's kind of funny. This guy used to be a Jet one trick, and then it's like, well, and then he's like, well, you have to learn, and then someone's like, yo, you have to learn someone else. So he's like, fine, I'll play Cypher. So those are like the only two characters he actually plays. This
His last game he was playing Yoru.
Yeah, Duelist and Cypher.
Fair enough.
But I mean, I've seen him play. I've seen him play Cypher on this map before, multiple amounts of times, and he's oftentimes very, very strong on it. I think it's really going to come down to whether or not TBR is going to be able to consistently counter him on whatever site he might be playing as. A very aggressive C push is going to be coming out, but it just falls apart. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I love that plan, but it just could not have gone more wrong in that very moment.
And
just the running gun into the kill.
Immediately left in a 1v5. The round feels like it just started and it's already over.
Here's the thing. I genuinely really like that play, because oftentimes you'll always see the Cypher playing on the C site. You saw him set up on the A and had his team walk down towards C, try to get a little bit aggressive, but Bushel had other plans. He just wide swung across, just spammed M1, and was able to get the opening kill of the map, and his teammate was able to swing in behind him and back him up. It was just an unbelievable show, man. And it was a great idea that just, you blink and you miss it, and the opponents hit all their shots, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah,
so
it just felt.
That doesn't mean it was
a good idea, but it just went so poorly, and it got absolutely torn apart.
I mean, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can account for so many different things, and then simply your opponent just hits an absurd shot. Danny Saxon is going to be able to find piece of fan Trudon. Let's see if he's even going to dare and try to go through this fly guy with the shorty. Barely
Blast
not going to take out
Tapioca in the
Tapioca.
face.
That's so unfortunate. Tapioca Perso, I think he heard that gun drop. He absolutely had to have heard that gun drop. So this speed up on A is going to come out. Are they going to check this cubby? And it looks like they will, and they're going to take him out. It's a 2-on-3 situation here. 2 guns in the hands of LE. Ace is going to have to get off the plant. They try to flood in, but Technologic practically floods in by himself. And that paranoia is going to be able to hit both.
Trudon on his lonesome, and he's dead.
Beautiful recovery there. It's always the second rounds. It's always the second rounds that are somehow some of the closest rounds we've seen so far today.
Yeah,
which is
they've been
very funny.
Crazy. Like these second rounds have been close. Have been incredibly close between these two teams. Honestly, often closer than the third, or even like much of the later rounds.
On paper, this is a very, very difficult round for TBR to win, but all it takes is just one little timing as Danny is going to walk all the way up. A spam through the smoke could be found from Justin. They might start crawling back towards A, and if Danny doesn't find a kill, then it could spell disaster for this squad. Pizza is going to try to take this timing. Is there a gap in the smoke? Can they actually see through that? No, they can't.
They have no idea about Pisa.
Yeah, they're just sitting still, and I think he might just play the waiting game, see if anyone comes out. They're just waiting so damn patiently. He's gonna jump out. Oh my goodness, Technologic, what is that shot? That practically saved the round. Does he have Tapioca to be able to open up the site? And if that shot came in through as well, but I say that, and Shreks of the double spray down. So now this is back to a 2v2. Just ignore everything I try to say beforehand.
Yeah, it's a good old-fashioned caster curse.
Yeah, both players just sitting towards garage. Ace gonna be able to spot out the first. And with this smoke sitting in front of Tapioca, the timing is not there. 1v2 for Ace. What is he able to do? He's not able to do anything.
Low Envy get on the board.
A roller coaster of emotions going through that round.
The winds shift in our favor.
Now, although they still came out with that round win, that's 3 rifles down. So as you can see that hurting the economy a little bit. Danny, only 100 credits to his name. I assume he dropped a teammate. And then you have Technologic. Light Shields, barely any credits to his name. And then so there was another player as well that also was stuck on Light Shields with not a whole lot of money to work with. So this is a very, very crucial round for them to convert.
Yeah.
For LE to convert. And even then, it's got to be a clean one. See Trudon playing this pixel angle. Flash is going to come through as but the smoke comes in perfectly as well. Going to have to run into that smoke so he doesn't get scanned.
Dodging the dart, weaving around all of the utility.
Now, Trex just used his aftershock, but there was no one there to really capitalize off of it. That's just, to me, that just feels like a bit of a wasted piece of utility because now you still got to re-clear that and you don't have the utility to be able to do that. He was double smoked off. I mean, he could have gone for the spam, but even then, he didn't even go for it. He just sent the aftershock and went. Perhaps it could have been for the Cypher trip, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. What are you able to do? He's going to be able to find one and also dash all the way out. Paranoia comes through.
Garage.
The TP on the side, Ace. How in the world has he found that one? Perso and Perso's just in a beautiful position here. Perso is also just in a beautiful position to deny any sort of real contact into garage, and also just lurk through B. So they're just gonna have to be so worried about it, as they are gonna try to flood into garage. But you got 2 players on the other side, standing, staring, waiting for you to come out. Fly guy in a 1v4.
It's rough with, but there's
Ace comes out again. It's just a blink and you miss it, and 3 players just hit the deck instantly. They're just timing these frags so perfectly to just be able to explode out onto the site.
Ace was great last map, and if Ace manages to come online again this map, it could be over before it even starts.
Now careful though, you got the Rolling Thunder and also an Eco coming out here for the side of LE. So realistically speaking, obviously, I say that this should probably be most likely a 4, but it's always the Ecos. It's always the Ecos in this game.
It's always an Eco.
Off your feet!
So they're still going to invest that Rolling Thunder regardless. A is going to be caught in the crossfire, so
no idea about Danny Sachs.
He might be able to find one here, but with just the Sheriff, what more are you going to be able to do? He's just whiffing! Oh no, he's an absolute meal out of all of it. You really, really hate to see it. Technologic going to try to get out, but you have the crossfire with Perso and Tapioca.
And now Trudon's in heaven, and Perso finds one, and Pisa gets Trudon.
I still don't think they really would have been in a situation to really win that round, regardless. Even if he was able to get that kill, but it's still, I mean, that does not help with the mental. More specifically, Fly Guy is going to be forcing up an Odin here, as he is still sitting without a kill.
Your best performer is doing that right now. Fly Guy was great last map, but he's just been silent here.
Going for this Odin, which, you know, there's a lot of different there's a lot of different spots on this map that you can spam this Odin and really be able to abuse it, as another walk down this seaside comes through. Trudon, he's stuck in the corner and he gets punished. That's another punish. Danny Sachs so close with the judge, and he's just gonna have to sit here and hope and pray that the rotates come over towards A, but he's actually gonna get scanned by the spy cam. But they are going to come back. Going to be able to break that cam. And he's just going to have to get out. He just has to TP out. Will get out with his life. They still don't know that he has a judge. So he could do something really disastrous here. Going to be able to find one. Stun coming through. Not going to be able to find it. When does he take the timing into the smoke? Decides now. Going to get spammed just a little bit as this smoke is about to fade.
They're
going to try to come back. But look at Justin. Look at Justin on the minimap. He can shut this down. Not a lot of HP to work with. He's just gonna have to back off and play his life, as he so wisely does. The perfect blind though.
30 seconds left.
And look at Tapioca. Just timing on timing on timing on timing. As this C-side's wide open. So even though Tekalogic gets this kill, this plant's gonna go down on C, and there's no way he's gonna check his spawn.
Tekalogic might just have to save here. Or he's coming around through garage. He's gonna try and give it an attempt, but like, he's one off the breach ult, but if I were him, I would just save.
Ace is going to spot him and still stay alive with his weapon. So all 3 of these players are going to survive with these weapons. And you know the rule of threes. You always want 3 players alive at the end of the round, because that way the 3 players can drop the 2 players who died during the round.
I mean, but there's so much money all around. There's no money.
But you might as well spread it out while you still. Might as well spread it out a little bit. Have Trex maybe sell his rifle, have Ace drop him, and
I
even
think
out
Personal
the
was at
credits
9K,
among the
it's
entire
chill.
team.
Personal died and was at 9K. It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Fly
We have a force
Guys.
buy here. It's a force
feel
buy
bad
that they
for
have to win.
mentioning it, but Fly Guy's 0-5 right now. Can't get off like that starting point right.
Yeah,
Fly Guy feels like a confidence player, and last game we got to see what he could do when he's confident. This game we're seeing what happens when he doesn't have that confidence, and it hasn't been good. It's just been not great.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a struggle for him, but there's still a lot of Valorant left to be played here. Yeah, you're down 5-1, but don't count out just yet. Trudon doesn't get cleared, but he shoots the drone regardless, and that gives away his position. Stuffed in the corner, blind and dazed.
No. He had
A bit of a mental blunder.
Fly Guy stunned, scanned, blind.
I mean, this absolute double
Fly Guy's on the
Q-Tail
board.
is going to be able to hell of him out, though. Fly Guy's going to be able to get a double, a triple kill even, to save the round. Four on the round for him. He heard you talking and wanted to prove and he wanted to set the record straight.
This is the Fly Guy from last map. He could just pop off and take over a round at any point. And if you're a low envy, you need Fly Guy to come online. He was incredible last map, and you need to see more of that.
Tapioca with a nice kill on the Technologic. Still got 3 players over here towards the safe side, and I think both teams are just kind of chilling around right now. Danny, there's no way you can realistically try to go for the swing here now that they know of your presence. He's gonna get shock darted out, but he's gonna hold his ground as best he can. Sight smoke gonna come through. Trudon is gonna try to find a beautiful timing, but just can't quite find the bullets. And he's gonna be forced to get off of sight. Ace gonna TP into heaven, but those right clicks are deadly.
One enemy remaining.
3-on-2 situation here. 3-on-1. And Perso can't get it done. I really don't like Ace trying to go for more there. Yes, he only has a classic. Yes, you're more likely to win that duel, but just trying to take that TP, you could have just sat back on site. You know that Tapioca is 1 HP. And I really don't like that play there, and they get punished so hard with it in terms of, and they lose the round.
The HPs were all so low there for the Braun rankers, and it just kind of crumbled once one fell. So did the rest.
Yeah, Trudon, like he missed his Blade Storm, and then he missed a few shots with his classic, but then that doesn't mean I don't like him. I don't like Ace try to TP into heaven there. I feel like that's what ultimately lost them the round. Crack's gonna be able to get a nice kill on the Trudon though. This time without the Blade Storm on hand. Now you got the Rolling Thunder on both sides, alongside the Hunter's Fury. So you gotta wonder when the rip's gonna happen. Justin's gonna get all this info. No one's shot the camera yet. As that kill trip, is it gonna be coming to fruition? Tapioca taking him out of nowhere. You see the Rolling Thunder in the hands of Technologic is he's just going to rip it. What are they going to be able to do? Piso's going to have to back off. And it's just going to have to be to play for spam. Both Omen's alive, so they can smoke this spike off. Have the Hunter's Fury to delay. And they will use it. Trying to spam here, gonna get them off of the spike. I don't know if it's half quite yet, but now it's a 1v1, 1v2, and it's not half at all as the smoke's about to fade, and he's not gonna be able to do anything about it. Big ults used on both sides, but it's gonna be the Brawn Rangers that come out with the round. That dart almost landed somewhere. I believe I've lost a little bit of connection on my end. You're on with this operator, Sheeran A long, and they're just playing full retake C, despite the fact that they've lost that Rolling Thunder to really be able to get themselves onto the site. So they're just gonna walk down, and they're just gonna take this free C site where there's not even a single piece of utility. They get the Rolling Thunder out, so it realistically doesn't find any value, but I think the value itself is more that, hey, there's not anyone here. What's going on? Tapioca finding a beautiful timing through the smoke off of hearing the Justin spam. Gonna ult into their spawn is Ace before canceling that. He could have realistically stuck that, but it matters not. Tapioca is just going to be able to do all the work himself, but the trades are going to be able to come through. Perso is trying to do it himself, and he does. A little bit scary there towards the end, but very clean up from the side of TBR as they've already confirmed a winning half. And it just doesn't seem like we're going to see a very closely fought game so far right now on Haven.
This is a nice spot. This goes here.
Get out of my way!
Huron just gonna push through window. The old window eco push that people just rarely ever expect. Danny alongside Trudon. Stuck in a window, but now they found a kill, but they're all just stuck in window. Danny, somehow, why in the world? How is he alive? How does he get a kill? Ace just forgot to shoot. What?
Last player standing.
It's always the ecos where it just crumbles apart. They try to push through mid because I knew they had the worst weapons, but they had so many numbers.
Last round in the half.
Danny teleporting out of the window right in front of Ace, directly in front of Ace, and he just didn't shoot back.
Yeah, it's just leaves you wondering what happened.
This is a flat goes there.
Now you got Ace unable to buy this next round.
Yes, this should do.
Tapioca gonna be walking up. He's gonna be spotted, and that one way is gonna be so dangerous. He's gonna dash through, and the foot strip isn't gonna be able to find him, and he will be able to take him down himself.
Danny Sachs gets the one, but
the
3v4
foot strip
retake.
being disastrous. Perso just gonna have to get out and play his life. No theft online, deciding not to use it quite yet. I think they should use it soon. I mean, it's the last round of the half. Jump around that box and use it. Smoke in the middle of sight. Pisa. It's not. Oh, he's not going to be able to get the kill, but he's going to be able to get a lot of damage. It's going to be Ace down to a 1v1 versus Trunon. Very healthy versus not so much. I almost thought it was just going to be the tap coming through, but it's just going to be the stick coming through the other side. But Ace not going to be fooled by the stick. Pros don't fake. Knew the time was low and he had to get something done.
We know more.
It's going to be a 4 to 8 half.
If you're low envy, you're really feeling the pressure now. Elimination game.
This is a nice spot.
Or like you're down by 4 rounds, and
there.
it's just feels like it's just been falling apart for you. You're feeling that pressure. You're down a map. You're 5 rounds away from elimination.
Well, every comeback always starts with one. I mean, that's a brilliant opening pick for them to find. Trunon not so lucky, though, as the trade comes through. Trex, he's going to be able to find 3! I don't believe my eyes!
How?
A dagger to the heart! How in the world has he gotten away with that? It's going to have to be a Justin 1v3.
One enemy remaining.
Spots 1, Spots the second. It's down to a 1v1. But Ace to put him to rest.
What
How
is
in
happening?
the world? How in the world does Trex get away with that? Like a shadow in the night.
Trex, just absolutely a heroic play there. Feels like it's just like that might be the push that puts him over the edge. It's just, it feels so brutal now.
Ace is gonna be able to find. Justin was trying to take a little bit. I don't think he was trying to take a little bit of space. He was just trying to clear mid, and Ace popped out of garage and took him out. As Tapioca just showing off at this point.
And now it's Danny Sachs on his own. 1v5. Only a sheriff to his name.
Couple of sheriffs on the ground,
And
so it's not the most.
nothing.
It's not the worst investment in the world to have end up losing in terms of a force, but I mean they still have to force nonetheless from here on out. They cannot afford to try. They really cannot afford to lose another round. There's so many light shields. Bless you.
It wasn't a sneeze.
It was
We're
just
just blowing my
loud.
nose.
It was just
Sorry.
very loud. No worries.
Sorry.
Ace is on track to complete the legendary double-double. 10 plus kills, 10 plus assists, less than 10 deaths. And it's just super aggressive moves here as this B-side is cracked wide open. Justin's already tagged so damn low. And he's just stuck. He's gonna get crunched here. But he's able to find the frag. The trades come through. Perso with the Spectre. It's down to a 3-on-3, making a 2-on-2. Technologic
Right there.
staying back to back with his comrade in his backside, but the Stingers are too oppressive. Danny Sachs 1v2, and it's not gonna happen. 4-11, 2 rounds away from elimination.
And it's a
2
bonus
rounds
round.
away.
It's a bonus round conversion, and you're just. And now you're feeling it. Now it's so close. TBR can feel it. Their survival is in sight. And low envy can also feel their death is approaching. It's elimination, and it's so close. It's a forced buy, and they lose this round. It feels like it's done.
Concussing!
forced to be pushed off of that angle as another force comes in.
Shadows traveling. Enemy tag.
Brilliant flash. Danny is just so damn blind, and Tapioca gonna rip his head off. Perso joining in on the party with a shock dart, and Ace with a little funny Omen movement on his own. That spike is down. It's Justin in a 1v4 again. And it's 4-12. Death is knocking on the door of LE.
Match point.
And it's looking grim. Timeout to just try to find some sort of prayer to give. One that they can only hope gets answered.
It just feels like it's too little, too late right now. That timeout could have been done earlier, but now you're one round away, facing elimination, facing that in just facing an absolute stomp. And I would have liked to see this timeout several rounds ago.
Timeout just coming in a little bit too late. They're knocking
No,
on Death's knocking on their door.
That goes there.
Death is a
He's just gonna
knocking,
be-
and sure, if they win this round, that can give them something. But ults are so close to online, where they're Perso's one off of his Sova ult, it's 3 off of the Breach ult. Those ults are all so close, and
The counter span coming through. And look at the setup here. You have these dual Cypher kill trips. Pisa's just going to be playing off of both of them. And I don't know if they're going to be expecting the second one so close. He's just playing off of both these kill trips. But the trips is going to get broken, but he's going to be able to spam off of that tag. Justin's going to push through. It's a 4-on-4. Especially with all this info going to be found. They're going to use the Hunter's Fear in a very awkward position. Justin with another beautiful shot to try and extend the life. Bring up the backup battery for the life support. But it might not be enough. That battery might be too old of age as it's running out. The double spray down from Fly Guy, but it's not enough. It's not planning for him. And it's going to be a 13-4 win for TBR as LE gets eliminated from playoff contention.
just brutal.
It was because here's the thing as well. When it got towards the end, it got towards the end of that, and there was good ideas. There was a couple of good ideas being found there from the side of LE that just refused to flourish. It just refused to come to fruition. And I think it was just a couple of those early rounds that might have hit some of the mental, especially knowing that you're already down a round, that just started that steamroll going over and over and over and over again.
You were just down so much, and how do you find your way back into that? And it was just basically, it felt like, okay, we need to win this round. Pistol round, bam. And then it was the next round, anti-ego. You made it close, but it wasn't enough. That's another round. Then it was the bonus, and that was the must-win round. Bonus, lost, put him on 11. Next round after that, lost, put him on 12. And then the final round, Justin manages to find 2, but then it just falls apart at the end, and just like that.
I think the whole game sort of ended the second that Trex just got a miraculous 3K on this round. He
It
was kind
felt
of stuffed in the corner, just kind of got some lucky shots, lucky right clicks, and then was able to get the flash off and just sort of
how does he get
flattened him
free?
out.
He had no. I don't even think he had a right to get one there in that position, but he found 3, and that was just the nail in the coffin, right then and there. Sure, there was a little bit of a chance after that, but it just felt done. All of their momentum, any life that they had, got snuffed out like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it doesn't really matter what map you're on. When a team starts to snowball, it's really, really difficult to get them out of that snowball. And I think Haven is probably one of the most difficult maps to get a team that is currently snowballing out of that snowball, because you need some sort of miraculous, heroic play. But anytime that a low NV tried to do that,
it just
TBR, TBR came back. Like, anytime a heroic play was made by LE, TBR came back and responded with a heroic play of their own that got like an extra kill.
Yeah, it just felt like, oh, and it felt like anytime if they went for the heroics, like a lot of the times when they went for heroics, it just fell flat.
Yes.
They had to go for heroics, but those heroics just weren't there. Like, the only real heroics that we saw was that Fly Guy 4K that one round after I was talking shit.
Yeah. Well, with that said,
I spoke life into him, and it just wasn't, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah. With that said, we're going to restart the A stream here because Cabin is headed out. Big thank you to Low Envy for participating in this event. Of course, unfortunate loss, but still want to show love to those guys. Braun Rangers still fighting to stay alive. The stream will be restarting because we'll have new production people, but we will see you all very soon. Take care.